They're trying to get you to join and you weren't pressing the button. Olive, come on. Can you show the door? Let Daddy in. But there's no sound. Mama, there's no sound. Is it on mute? Mm-mm. Daddy, come here. Come here, Daddy. Shh. It's on disconnect audio.
Now? No? Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, that's fine. We're trying to figure this out too. Okay. Yeah. Okay, girl.
Okay. So there's 12 inches in 1 foot. Yeah, so feet to inches sounds good. Whoa. Is inches meters? Yes or no? Answer my question, Ribman. Is inches meters? No. So what do we need now?
We need inches.
Sure, but what do I got to draw first? Times fraction bar, right? Were you able to watch the video okay?
Yes. I watched it this morning.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Don't stress about it.
Yes, I'm stressing.
We're gonna go slow, and actually we're not gonna go too deep in these longer conversion things. We're actually about to hit some word problems. That's where we're headed, which is one of the reasons why we're talking about unit conversions. Okay.
Really?
What units are gonna go on the bottom right here? Inches. Inches to what's going to go on top? Centimeters. Centimeters aren't meters, so we need another times fraction bar, right?
Meters are centimeters.
There you go. Okay, now meters are meters, right? So we're, ladies and gentlemen, focus. Okay, meters are what we're going for. So now we got to go back and fill in the numbers, right? So what number are we going to put up here by inches? And what number are we going to put down here by feet? 1. There we go. Sounding good, y'all. Now, what number are we going to put up here by centimeters?
2.54.
And what are we going to put by inches? 1. Okay, what number are we going to put up here by meters? And down here by centimeters? 100. Centennial. Centimeters. Okay. So now we got it filled in. What are we going to do now?
Wait, where?
What? No. What are we gonna do now?
Multiply.
Sure. And how do you know you multiply?
Because I remember.
Okay. How do you know you multiply the 12 instead of divide? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, because it's on the top.
Because the 12 is on the top. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So we're doing this first. What's 12 times 12? Anybody have that one memorized? Yeah. 12. What am I writing? Oops.
Yes, 12 times 12 is 100.
Stupid computer. 12 times 12 is 144. All right. So we did the first part. Now we got to do the next part, right? So times right here. So what now? Are we going to multiply or divide that 2.54?
Multiply. It's so loud.
Oh. Are we going to multiply or divide? Good. It's not trashing yet. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. It's rude to be playing with things and making all kinds of noise while we're trying to have class. All right. Are we going to multiply or are we going to divide?
Multiply.
True. We're going to multiply because it's on the top. So we need to do 144 times 2.54, right? 144 times 2.54, right? Oops. So do it. Ready, go.
Betty, come here. Come here.
What's 4 times 4?
16. But we looked it up on Google. And there's supposed to be 10 centimeters in one.
1 meter?
1 millimeter.
It's the other way around. But there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter, but there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. We wrote that one. I don't have it on this sheet anymore, but we wrote that there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. That's on our chart that we have.
Okay.
I think I wrote down homework from last 2 weeks ago. I think I wrote that one wrong because it was switching between everyone else asking questions. So it was never like always on you. So.
Oh, because of the way Zoom was doing it, it wasn't pinned right.
Yeah, I was
Gotcha.
trying to like do everyone, but also like to hear their questions.
Yeah, and it was confusing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Oh.
That's partially because of Zoom. I need to, if we get stuck doing things in a Zoom type meeting again, I need to do it differently.
You need to do it.
We need to do maybe Google Hangouts or something.
Twitch.
No, Twitch doesn't make any sense, sir.
Twitch.
I could stream it on Twitch, but y'all wouldn't be able to be in the class now, would you?
We could comment.
It's a streaming platform that a lot of it is like video game streamers type stuff. It's not YouTube.
It's not you. It's like live streaming your video games app.
Okay, so where does the decimal place go? You do got to move it over twice. What did I write? Oh, I didn't. It's not as bad of a scribble as I thought. Yeah, so 565.76. Okay.
Mr. Fulkerson,
Yes, ma'am.
why did you write a 4?
Did I make a mistake?
Well, you wrote 48,800, and I have 28,800.
I have
It's
58.
because of this. It's because of this last year. So this one is 2 times 4 is 8, right? So these should be canceled out. Oh, it's because I made a mistake. Yep, I did make a mistake. Y'all are right. Yep, good catch. Yep, 3 is right. Yep, good catch, y'all. Yeah, so that should be a 3. Yep. It's because I didn't do my step of crossing out my borrowed or my move over stuff from the last one. That's why I teach y'all to put the zeros and cross it out. Okay, so that now we've got to do something with this very last part is where we are, right? So this very last bit. So we're going to multiply or are we going to divide? Don't worry about it. You don't need it right now. You can get it later. We're going to divide. How do we know? Do we divide? Because it's on the bottom. So we're dividing by 100. So we just move the decimal place over twice. Which direction? Are we going to the right or to the left if we're dividing?
Left.
We're going to the left. That's correct because we were expecting a smaller number. So we're going to move over once and then twice. So 3.6576 meters. That makes sense, buddy? You've said that before.
He agrees.
But what were the answers to number 1 and
Let me slide it. Let me slide it over so you can see those. Here's the answers to number 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, especially, you may have rounded different depending on where you rounded. And that's fine. If you got like 5, that's fine. See what other, let me actually punch it in the calculator, see how many decimal places you could have gone to. So what? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros divided by 2.54 divided by 12 divided by 5,280. So you could have put 4.970 or 9.971 or any of those things would be fine.
But on number 3,
That's the one we just did. It's just these are the same answer. They're just rounded different. So if we were round, so when I wrote the answer over here, I rounded at the hundredths place.
So which one's right?
Both of them. Yep. Any other questions on these homework problems? What time is it? 10:43. So here's what am I saying? On not Monday, because on Wednesday, we're going to have a test. And here's the thing I have for you. You ready? I don't even really want you to study much for it. You can. This test could include anything we've talked about all year. It's not necessarily going to be a long test, but it's going to be a diagnostic test. Every test is. Okay, but I want to see where we're at and see what we're retaining and what we remember, and whether we remember how to add, subtract, multiply, divide fractions, whether we know how to convert numbers, whether we have to know how to solve 1- and 2-step equations. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Well, good. I still want to know what you know. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Okay.
the moment you say don't worry about it, everybody's anxiety level skyrockets. So don't bother.
Well,
Yeah,
I am telling you, don't stress about it.
that's not how anxiety
Okay.
works.
What we're going to do the rest of today and on Thursday is we're going to kind of review for the test. Sort of. Did I say Thursday? I didn't mean Thursday. What I meant was Monday. Okay. So we're going to kind of do like what we did after Thanksgiving. And in this class, I think we even did it after Christmas, where we kind of roll back the thing and we practice some of the skills we've been doing from the beginning. Does that make sense to everybody? Then after that Wednesday test, we're going to hit word problems for a little while, several different kinds.
We're gonna hit work. I was like,
Some of those word problems might even have some shapes in it. We might sneak in a little bit of area and perimeter and some of those things a little bit. Let me, by show of hands, how many of y'all have looked at perimeter and area before?
I learned it in second grade.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody did, most people.
Girls, have y'all seen perimeter and area before?
Yeah, no.
Yes and no? Okay, that's fine. If we do perimeter and area in our word problems, we'll be going over the formulas and stuff too. So it'll be good to go either way, but that's in a couple of weeks at this point. Okay, makes sense to everybody? We'll definitely have to be doing a little bit of you on the next day you come to class. A week from today, we're having a TEST, find out what it means to me. I'm also, in case your parents are thinking, how is my child doing? And they're asking you, how are you doing in math class? What is your grade? You are welcome to, they are welcome to talk to me about it, but you can also tell them that in the next week or two, I am sending out a report with a progress report with your grade and more than just grade, which is why I'm saying I'm not sending it out like today. It's going to have like where you're at on these specific topics, and if you need some extra practice. That is one of the things that diagnostic test is one of the things that's going to factor there.
When are we going to get that?
I mean, this is much different than.
What'd you say, girl?
When are we going to get the progress report?
So, sometime in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So it'll be either next week or early the week after that.
Will you just give us a paper?
I will, hey, y'all hush, can't hear anything. It depends on how it goes. I may do it 2 ways. I will either email it to your parents or I will give you a letter with it in it, or both.
Okay.
6 weeks, you get a progress report, I know. But this one is different because it's only one subject and it's going to have a ton of information on it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like this thing right here. Have your child go watch a few Khan Academy videos on it
Yeah, unfortunately.
or something else.
I was good at public school.
Hmm?
Public school was.
Yours is going to be based on what I've seen in class so far, and a lot on that diagnostic, which is fine because we need to know where you are, right? All right, so let me save out this stuff. I think I've already done that, but just to be sure, I'm going to do it again because it's going to have that homework bits on it. Middle school, that's what this is. 2022-01 26. Unit conversions. Close enough. Okay.
I go like this.
You can get their scent glands removed.
I will punch you.
Machine.
That's gross. That's awesome. Punch my elbow.
Good. If I punch
Gina.
you.
I can chew BB gun up my nose and then have the BB come out of my eye.
Somehow I know that you can do it for real. Like you can do close up magic stuff. But
It's the only thing you can do. No, you can now make oobleck as well.
yes, it can look like. Why
I can also do visual
Visual magic, whiteboard.
like this.
There you go. All right. Okay, we're going back to the basics. Are you ready?
No, come here. Okay.
This is we're gonna call this study for we'll pretend like we're in public school and we'll say study for benchmark. Because that's what they call it at school is benchmarking.
Oh my goodness.
Which all that really means is because you take benchmarks in like computers and other things. All a benchmark really means is where are we at right now?
I mean, yeah.
That's all it actually means. Don't worry, your grade placement is not based on this.
Boy, better not.
What?
I should have.
Okay. All right. So for this, the way we're going to do it is I'm going to put like 2 or 3 problems up on the board. I'm going to let y'all do them without messing with each other. I will split you because we got to keep moving. Okay. And you're going to do the problems. And then I'm going to put the screen back up and we'll check it and ask questions. If at any point, because I'm going to kind of go fast until I don't. So if at any point I'm going too fast, send up a flare and say, slow down. I need more time on this thing. I have more questions. Does that make sense? Because we're going to kind of use the speed with which we go in order to kind of figure out where we are. Does that make sense? And where we need to spend some more time on. Okay. So we're going to start with 3 problems. One problem is going to be 56 times 12. Second problem is going to be -3 times 5. And third problem, there's going to be 3 for now. Third problem is going to be 6 times, let's do -6 times -10. Okay, ready, go. Stop sharing and freeze. Oh, sorry, y'all. I should have froze first. Freeze my screen.
Can we look at our notes?
No notes. You can ask questions though.
When you're multiplying on the first one
Yep.
and you just finished doing the 2s, like 2 times 2 times 5, do you do 1 times 6 first or 1 times 5 first?
1 times 6 first.
Okay.
I need to be taking notes right now. This is very importante. Muy importante. Do I have a notebook? I do. This will work. It's fine. Not ideal, but it'll work. No, you didn't. Quit lying. You're good. You know how to multiply, just multiply. Ask questions if you need it. That's fine.
Okay, that's multiplication sign, right?
Yes, that one just kind of went crazy.
Okay.
Yes, they're all times.
On the second one, would we just do 3 divided by 5 or 5 times?
Times. Yeah, 3 times 5, and then you decide what the sign is going to be at the end using our integer rules. On number 1, stack them. stack them,
Oh.
like 56 times 12. Yep.
Are we allowed to ask if it's right in the middle of it?
We'll look at the sub in a minute. Okay. What are we doing? We're doing mult ints.
It's not that bad, just like- It's not that hard.
Yes.
Multiplying the negative, does that make a division?
No, it doesn't make a division. Remember, for the negative and positive, we just, for multiplication, all we have to remember is, does the answer turn out positive or does it turn out negative? So like number 2, you just do 3 times 5. And then you got to remember whether it's negative 15 or positive 15 at the end. So we're multiplying 2 different things. I did, but I bet you could have gotten that far by yourself, yes?
Do you need to know when we're done?
No, I'm got it. I'm not on this one. I may on some of the other ones. I needed to pull out a notebook, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. Sorry. Okay. That probably shouldn't be there. It should probably be right there. Okay. Okay. You what?
Do you want to know what shrimp is in sign language?
Shrimp?
Shrimp, yeah, this is shrimp in sign language. Wait, really? Yeah, that's shrimp, and this is jellyfish. That's not shrimp. It is. Seriously? Okay, then what's shrimp? Not that.
It doesn't sound like you actually know.
I know, sorry.
Okay, but not shrimp, apparently.
Okay, fine.
Okay, the sound not, maybe.
Okay, but you get the little X and it goes across the, and then this is jellyfish. Sure. I know. My mom studied it.
Okay, so there's the answers.
So I guess, well, you might know a different kind of eggs.
I'm sorry, girls, hold on half a second. There you go. Okay, there are the answers. What questions do we have? So remember on these, if we have different signs, our answer comes out negative. If we have the same sign, our answer comes out positive, right?
Oh.
Remember? Yes? Good. Good. Okay, so let's do 2 more. Check your work. Because I could have made another mistake. That's entirely possible. Did you find it? Did you not add right, maybe? Two and
Oh, yes, you do. Yeah. Oh, yes. I did that one. Okay.
what did you do instead? Subtract or something? Oh, again? That doesn't make sense. How did that happen? Oh, I know. Okay, so you got like 562. It's probably.
Teacher sent a whiteboard home with me, said I could practice copy work.
Okay.
I know.
Oof.
Which is.
What is today? I mean, what is the time? 11? Okay, good. So. Number 4. 5 plus 88. Number 6. What am I saying? Number 5 is -3 plus 8. And number 6 is -7 minus 5. All right, ready, go.
Is that -7?
Is that what now?
Is that -7?
-5.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Would 5 go on top of number 1, 24?
When you stack them?
Yeah.
Usually we put the bigger number on top, but you can actually technically do it either way. Oh, floor, found it.
Did you write -7 -5 or?
I wrote -7 -5. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Didn't you say, didn't you say like,
Do what?
didn't you say like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago that negative and subtraction are the same?
Yes. Adding a negative is the same as subtraction.
So would it,
So that 5 is negative. So so on number 6, the signs are the same.
okay,
Yep, great question.
So if you're adding negative, so that's like -7 plus -5.
Yes.
Do you like subtract? Like, what do you do?
So if the signs are the same, what do?
We
Add and keep the sign. If the signs are different, what do? What's the other option? Subtract, and which sign do we keep? Do you remember?
subtraction sign.
We keep the sign of whichever one's bigger.
Positive. The 8 is a positive.
Right. So 5, the answer would turn out positive.
No, it's not. Are these like the questions that are gonna be in the test?
There will be questions like this on the test for sure. How are you feeling about them? Not so good?
I've done the test since 3rd grade.
How do you feel about these problems though? Do you know how to do these?
Yeah.
Okay, then don't worry about it. A test, you have to understand, especially in this class, and this is true, I said this earlier, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. A test is only a tool. It's only a communication between you and me. It's not a grade. In fact, the way I grade them, especially the way because I'm actually revamping my grade book right now. The way I grade them, that's all it is you're saying, okay, I know how to do this thing. I don't really know how to do that. Help me there. That's all that's happening. Does that make sense?
In public schools, they're like tests. So this is like the most important thing you're ever gonna do. You're not gonna get into college if you don't pass this test in the 1st grade.
So here are answers. Oops, didn't push the right button.
Have you started?
Here are answers.
It's actually really fun. It's super easy.
We're back now. Thank you.
Wait,
No.
number 6, it's -7 plus -5.
Yes,
That gets you to number 13.
yes,
I think it's -12, right? I think it's
yes,
12.
you're right.
Yeah, down. I got it right.
I was just testing you.
Oh, yep.
Okay, maybe I was in a conversation and wrote something wrong. What do you think?
I think.
Don't drive distracted. Don't math distracted either. All right, let's do
But
some more. What do you say, girls?
Isn't 3 plus 8 11?
3 plus 8 is 11. Are the signs the same or different?
Different.
They're different. So if they're different, do we add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract and keep the sign of the bigger one. So what's 8 minus 3?
5.
5. And then which one's bigger, the 3 or the 8?
8.
8. And so that's why the answer is positive. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do 3 more. So strange egg looking shape. It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It didn't even autocorrect. It just happened. Let's do 16. Let's use different symbology. 16 times -3. Remember, that was one of our new ways to write multiplication, is if we have 2 parentheses kissing each other right in the middle there. Right?
Okay.
And then number 8 is going to be 15 divided by -5. You don't want to do -72 because then you're going to end up with a weird decimal, man. Decimal / fraction. We don't want that on this problem. Not yet. We'll get there. Let's do -56 divided by -8.
Why is that in parentheses?
Because I wrote it that way. No other reason, because it doesn't, because there's nothing else kissing it, right?
Right.
So those parentheses are just grouping symbols. They don't affect the problem. It's still just 56 divided by 8.
Do you have to add the parentheses?
Not on this problem. On this one you do, because those parentheses are kissing each other, so they're meaning multiplication.
Okay.
Okay, ready to go. Oh my goodness. Remember that the rules for signs on division are the same as multiplication. Do your works. Nobody's pen should not be flying across the page. That's not what I mean, goober man. Did you change your mind? Do you have a question? Okay, so back up on the second one. So on the second one, we don't have 2 sets of parentheses, but this division symbol tells us what we're doing. So we're dividing 15 divided by -5. So you remember, so for the negatives and positives, it's just 15 divided by 5 and then figure out the sign at the end, right?
But on number 9,
Yes, ma'am.
but it would be negative, right?
So are the signs the same or different?
The same.
The same. What's our rule for multiplying and dividing if the signs are the same?
Well, I can't look at my notes.
Okay, but what do you remember it being then?
Negative.
Let me reshare my screen and let me illustrate with an example. Back machine, there you are. I found you. Share. Okay. These two are those signs the same or different?
The same.
They're the same. They're both positive, right? Because if there's not anything there, it's a plus, right? Or it's a positive,
yeah.
Right? So when I multiply 5 times 8, does my answer come out positive 40 or negative 40?
Positive.
Positive 40. So if the signs are the same when we multiply and divide, then our answer comes out positive.
Okay.
Okay. So there's answers on 7, 8, 9.
On number 8, I got negative 75.
I think you multiplied instead of divided. Because we're supposed to divide on number 8.
Oh.
Because 15 times 5 is 75. So yeah, if it was a multiplication, then that would have been perfect. Perfect.
But on number 7.
On number 7, yes.
You were supposed to divide, right?
No, number 7 is if we have two parentheses next to each other, that's multiplication. So on number 7, you multiply. Así está. Don't hardly have enough room, but it's okay. Okay, let's do 3 more, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of homework.
But on number 7, isn't it?
On number 7, what?
Isn't it supposed to be positive since the 16 is bigger?
No, remember that's the only time we look at bigger and smaller is if it's addition and subtraction. Multiplication and division is just, are the signs the same or different?
Oh.
Lies on top of lies. Number 10. No. 5 plus negative 15. 11 is negative 60 times 18. And I think we're just going to do 2 this time because of where we are time wise. So ready, set, go.
On number 10, would it just be like subtracting?
It would be subtracting, and then you keep the sign of the bigger because it's addition, subtraction. Yep. What? Well, make it not look that. Make it not look that way. What's 8 times 6? 48? Yep, 48. Okay, there are answers to those. And last thing is our homework.
Can I
Uh,
see the answer to number 11?
To number what?
11.
Yeah. Negative 1,080.
I got negative 600.
On number 10, I got -1.
It's because you added instead of subtracted, because the signs right here are not the same. That one's positive and that one's negative. So you'd subtract and keep the sign with the bigger one. Did you write down 18 or did you write down 10? The 60 times 10 is 600.
I wrote down 18.
I did check your math over here, see if it matches what I did.
Oh, doesn't.
Okay. All right, let me write down our homework because we're at the time limits. Number 1, -5 times -3. For this homework, by the way, I want y'all to use your notes as little as you possibly can.
I've never used my notes before. Oh, nice.
Number 2, 144 divided by -2. Number 3, -27 minus 18. Number 4, -6. -236 plus 89. Number 5,
How many are we having?
6. Number 5 is 12 times -20. And number 6 is going to be 318 divided by 6. And there it is.
I need to open my binder.
All right, everybody. See y'all later.
Two, but then I did the first two. The first two were easy.